Hi, everybody. It is Sunday, June 25th. It's early morning here, and we just drove in from Milwaukee after playing Summerfest last night. I was about halfway through this video, and the alarm went off. I forgot to turn the alarm off on my phone because I have, in a little less than an hour, I have a Zoom interview that's scheduled. And of course, when the alarm goes off, it shuts off the video. So once again, I'm starting from scratch again here. I hate when this happens. I forget that I had set this alarm just in case I was sleeping, which never happens. Um, but so I'm going to start all over again here. We had a great time. It was a long day at Summerfest yesterday for everybody because we had to be at the venue at 1 o'clock, but we didn't play till 9:30. So it was a long day of wandering around and being and sitting on the bus and hanging out and stuff. But I was really happy that before we had to be over there, I had time to have lunch with Daryl Sturmer and catch up with him because I hadn't seen Daryl since the end of the Phil Collins Not Dead Yet tour. And I really love Daryl. He's such a good guy, beyond being like an incredible musician. He was my road hang with Phil. So it was really great to catch up with Daryl. And so I'm happy that we got to Milwaukee for that. And then we'll play here tonight and then be back on the road in the wee hours of the morning heading somewhere else. It's a grind, boy. The road ain't for sissies, that's for sure. I love it, but it's a hard one. Apparently, the screening went really well yesterday at Grauman's Chinese in Hollywood for the Immediate Family movie. Russ and I were so sorry we couldn't be there for it, but Cooch and Steve Postel represented the band because Waddy's out with Stevie Nicks, so we weren't able to be there. But for all reports I got that the evening went really, really well, so I'm really happy about that. And there's another screening on Monday of the movie. Let's see, what did I say on the earlier, my previous thing? Well, I'm just trying to think what would be the most irreverent thing I could do on a nice Sunday morning in Iowa, and I figured I'm going to go back and visit Kinky Friedman, who I worked with. I'm gonna read a little bio info about Kinky because he's quite a character. I was really glad I was on. I think it was in England. I was with Judith Owen, and we did a radio show, and Kinky was there. And I got Kinky flipped me off. I think his picture's in my book. He had no problem doing that. If I sound rough, it's just I haven't been to sleep yet. It's been up all night, and it's still really early morning. But I had this. The only time we could do this Zoom interview was going to be this morning, so I'm just staying up. I'm going to do the interview, and then I'm going to work on another song on this guy's album project that I'm doing. And then after that, I'm going to try to grab a couple hours of rest before checking out and hitting sound check, and we will be off and running again. But I'm going to read a little bio here for people that aren't familiar with Kinky. There we go. Richard Samet Kinky Friedman was born in 1944 as an American singer, songwriter, novelist, humorist, politician, and former columnist for the Texas Monthly, who styles himself in the mold of popular American satirists Will Rogers and Mark Twain. The important thing is also recognizing that he says satirist because that's really what he's about here. Frankie was one of two independent candidates in the 2006 election for the office of governor of Texas, receiving 12.6% of the vote. Friedman placed fourth in a six-person race. He was born Richard Samet Friedman in Chicago in 1944 to Jewish parents, Dr. S. Thomas Friedman and his wife Minnie. Both his parents were children of Russian Jew immigrants. When Friedman was young, his family moved to a ranch in Kerrville, Texas, in Texas Hill Country, and opened a summer camp called Echo Hill. Friedman had early interest in both pop music and chess. He was chosen at age 7 as one of the 50 local players to challenge U.S. Grandmaster Samuel Reshevsky to simultaneous games in Houston. Reshevsky won all 50 games, but Friedman was by far the youngest competitor. He graduated from Austin High School in 1962, and he went on and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in the University of Texas in Austin, majoring in psychology. He took part in the Plan 2 honors program and was a member of the Tau Delta Phi fraternity. During his first year, Chinka Chavin gave Friedman the nickname Kinky because of his curly hair. He served 2 years in the United States Peace Corps, teaching in Borneo, Indonesia, with John Gross. During his service to the Peace Corps, he met future road manager Dylan Ferrero, with whom he still works. Friedman lives in Echo Hills Ranch, his family summer camp near Kerrville, Texas. He founded Utopia Animal Rescue, also located near Kerrville, whose mission is to care for stray, abused, and aging animals. More than 1,000 dogs have been saved from animal euthanasia by his ranch. That's fantastic, I think. It's got a little bit more here, and then I'm going to talk about the album. I featured a couple of songs from this album many videos ago, but a lot of people, there's so many videos now that they're not hearing a lot of the old stuff that I put, so I revisit a few of them with some additional music. But he formed his first band, King Arthur and the Carrots, while a student at the University of Texas in Austin. The band, which poked fun at surf music, recorded only one single in 1966. In 1973, he formed his second band, Kinky Friedman and the Texas Jew Boys, which many took to be a play on the name of the famous band Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys. In keeping with the band's satirical nature, each member had a comical name. It goes through all of that stuff. Let's see. What do we got here? More conventionally named roadie Jack Slaughter and road manager Dylan Ferrero rounded out the crew and provided most of the driving of the tour bus, which was an old Cadillac with 10-year-old expired license plates and a propensity to break down. But according to Friedman, her talent lay in her ability to stop on a dime and pick up the change. Friedman's father objected to the name of the band, calling it negative, hostile, and a peculiar thing, which gave Kinky even more reason to choose the name. That, of course, too. Arriving in the wave of country rock, which Graham Parsons, the band, and the Eagles, Friedman originally found cult fame as a country and western singer. His break came in 1973 thanks to Commander Cody of the Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen group, which contacted Vanguard Music on his behalf. Friedman released Kinky Friedman in 1974 for ABC Records and then toured with Bob Dylan. His repertoire mixed social commentary with raucous humor. His Rhythm, Jew Boy, was an extended version to the victims of the Holocaust. His most famous song, They Ain't Making Jews Like Jesus Anymore, a song which Kinky verbally and physically beats up a drunken white racist who berates blacks, Jews, Italians, Greeks, and in a bar with lyrics such as, they ain't making Jews like Jesus anymore, they ain't making carpenters that know what nails are for. It goes on and on about him. Let's see. One of Friedman's most infamous concerts was in 1973, performance in Buffalo, New York. Upon performing Get Your Biscuits in the Oven and Your Buns into Bed, a song that lampoons in feminism, a group of what Friedman described as cranked-up lesbians entered into a fight with the band and forced the concert to end early while Friedman and the band were escorted off stage. The National Organization for Women awarded Friedman the Male Chauvinist Pig Award later that year, and awarded an award which Friedman took with pride. He would not return to Buffalo until 2012. Another was at the boarding house in mid-March 75 when an offended Buffy St. Marie rushed onto stage and snatched the war bonnet Friedman was wearing while he and his band were performing Miss Nickelodeon, a composition which spoofs the indigenous peoples of the Americas. I mean, everything for him is like, it's satirical stuff. It's like Friedman and his band taped an Austin City Limits show on November 11th, 1975, which was never aired. According to the show's executive producer, this is the first and only time in the show's long history an episode went unaired. Lacona told the Austin Chronicle, "I've seen it many times. It's a very popular party tape among friends. I think it was a great show, and it might be as offensive today as it was back then." In early '76, he joined Bob Dylan on the second leg of the Rolling Thunder review tour. Friedman was the musical guest on season 2's 5th episode of Saturday Night Live, which aired in October '76. He performed his own composition, Dear Abby. I'm sorry, I'm just reading. Although hard to verify given the number of Jewish origin entertainers in country hillbilly tour circles, example Bronco Billy Anderson, Friedman claims to have been the first full-blooded Jew to take the stage at the Grand Ole Opry. In February 2007, Sustained Records released a compilation of songs of Kinky Friedman sung by other artists called Why the Hell Not? The compilations includes contributions by Dwight Yoakam, Willie Nelson, Lyle Lovett, and Kelly Willis. In July 20th, 2007, Friedman hosted the concert to save the town lake to honor the memory of Lady Bird Johnson with her efforts to protect and preserve the shores of Town Lake in Austin, Texas. In 2011, Friedman launched his Springtime for Kinky tour in Kansas City at Knucklehead's Saloon. And then he toured Australia with Van Dyke Parks. I love Van Dyke and stuff. So that's like the bio info on here. Now, I'm going to go back and talk about the album. So this is that first album. This was it was so much fun to be a part of this. So it was self-titled, called Kinky Friedman from 1974. It's got quite a cast of characters. It's got Ben Benet, who did string arrangements on this thing and conducted it. He was also a great guitar player. Ginger Blake on background vocals, Julia Tillman on background vocals, Michael Price on background vocals, me on bass, David Kemper on drums, Phil Kay engineered it. Ben Benet also played guitar, harmonica, and Jew's harp. Jay Migliori played horns, Nino Tempo on horns, Steve Douglas on horns, Michael Omardian on piano, organ, and synth, Sneaky Pete Kleino on steel guitar, Little Juford Shelby synthesizer and accordion, Dan Walsh on background vocals, Little Jewboy Shelby on background vocals, Maxine Willard on background vocals, Panama Red on background vocals, Sid Sharp was the concertmaster, Howard Gale on additional engineering, Panama Red on guitar, Dick Hyde on horns, Snakebite Jacobs on horns, Ray Barone on horns, Gary Coleman on percussion, Ken Lauber on piano and electric piano, the Buttocks Texas Philharmonic strings, and Steve Barry produced the album. So that's all the tech information. So I'm going to go ahead now and just play 3 songs from this. I'm going to play Popeye the Sailor. Let's see, what do we got here? I think we have Popeye the Sailor Man, Lover Please, Before All Hell Breaks Loose, and Autograph are the 4 songs I'm going to be playing here. It's all on kind of one YouTube thing here. So let's go ahead and listen. This starts with Popeye the Sailor Man, Kinky Friedman.
My heart is on my sleeve.
Very much like Gary Oldman's album. It's
You
great.
still believe? Are you listening to the tide roll in, watching ships at sea? When I come sailing home again, will you be there for me? There for me? Treasure ships of yore, grace the ocean floor. Columbus sailed for Italy, Columbus sailed for Spain, Columbus sailed a wishing well, Columbus died in chains, died in chains. I don't pretend to know every answer to everything that life may ask of me. Hey, I'm the sailor man. I'm the sailor man. Hey, I'm the sailor man, and I sail along the sea eternally. the sea. She says, red skies in the morning, sailor take warning, sail with me tonight, sailor's delight, sailor's delight. I don't pretend to know every answer to everything that life may ask of me. Hey, I'll find the sailor man, I'll find the sailor man, I'll find the sailor man, and I sail along the sea eternally. She said, I'll find the sailor man, I'll find the sailor man, oh, I'll find the sailor man. Sail on home to me, come sail with me.
Lover, please.
Lover, please, please come back. Don't take the train going down the track. Don't, please don't leave me. Don't you leave me in misery. You would never hold me so near. You would never call me dear. Don't you know I'd die for you? Now you're gonna dance without me. Lover, please come back. Don't take the train going down the track. Don't, please don't leave me. Don't you leave me in misery. Well, it's an old story, not too long, about a love that went all wrong. Girl left the boy, oh so bad. Now she gone and she was so sad. Lover, please come back. Don't take the train going down the track. Don't, please don't leave me. Don't you leave me in misery. Lover, please come back. Don't take the train going down the track. Don't, please don't leave me. Don't you leave me in misery. Lover, please come back. Don't take the train going down the track. Don't, please don't leave me. Don't you leave me in misery.
Before all hell breaks loose.
Time to resign from the human race. Wipe those tears from your lovely face. Baby, wave to the main in the old red caboose. Before all hell breaks loose. Before you go, I wish you'd come. Before you leave, wish you'd love me some. I'll give you all of the
next is Autograph.
Ain't you the golden boy of the silver screen? Your mother's pride and joy, a promoter's dream. No time for autographs, or sailing boats, or trains. No time for dreams to last. You gotta catch that plane. One magic midnight show, she taught you how it feels. One so long ago, when rock and roll was real. Turn on your radio. The words you hear are mine. Should have told you long ago, but I never had the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a variety, but I love writers like that, just whimsical lyrics, and they can go kind of from really goofy to really touching. One thing also about Kinky is that he's a very accomplished novelist. He's got about at least 20 books out that are all usually detective stories. That's been a whole other career for the guy. So it was fun, but I just figured for Sunday, what can we do for Sunday here? So I'm going to get running now. Well, I'm not going to get running. I'm just going to sit in the room here, but I'm going to get ready for this Zoom interview. It'll be in just shortly, and then I'm going to set up for recording here, and then I'm going to work on another song. I think I've just started sketching out just a quick little chart here, just things, nothing really nothing to look at, folks. Step away. So I'm going to wish everybody a wonderful Sunday. When we get to the venue today, I'll check it all out and do a walkthrough and post that later on today. But I'm going to get this all done here, and then try to get a couple hours sleep in if I can, and then off and running. So take good care. Have a fabulous rest of your weekend, and I will see you later today from the gig. So, okay, bye-bye.